So good morning, friends. We'll start API 653 and from 101 onwards. Insulated tanks shall have their insulation removed to extent necessary to determine the external condition. Interference current problems in cathodic protection. Or can be approached by all of the above advantage of collection current to sacrificial anodes and designed to minimize exposure, provide metallic return of collected current to a foreign structure. The internal inspection intervals are determined by corrosion rate. Normally the corrosion rates govern bottom corrosion rate. Internal inspection intervals normally are controlled by bottom corrosion rates, shall not exceed 20 years maximum. So both A and B above. Internal inspection is primarily to ensure that bottom is not corroded and leaking, gather data for assessment, identify and evaluate bottom settlement, all of the above, all of the below. Intervals between internal inspections shall be determined by the corrosion rate. Normally bottom corrosion rates control the inspection interval. However, in no case shall be interval inspection the interval the inspection interval exceed 20 years. Letters and numerals on nameplates shall not be less than 5 by 32 inch. Liquid penetrant examiners shall be qualified in accordance with SNTTC 1 API 650. Magnetic particle examination shall be performed in accordance with written procedures, that is, in compliance with the requirement of ASME Section 5, Article 7. Measurement of film thickness of tank bottom linings are taken only when film has completely dried. Minimum spacing between the toes of weld for a radius on a penetration other than weld's 1.25-inch plate must be 7.5 inch. The minimum thickness calculation for cells or tanks 200 feet or less in diameter shall be done using either the variable design point methods API 650, the formula given in API 653. Either of A or C may be used. Acceptance criteria for NDT of reconstructed tanks are to be in accordance with API 650. Of the following welding processes, which one is not permitted for welding on above ground storage tanks? Oxy-fuel welding. On plates more than 3 by 16 inch thick, the fillet weld thickness shall not be less than 1/3 the thickness of thinner plate at the joint and shall be at least 3 by 16 inch. On the drawing that manufacturer shall furnish the purchaser or purchase would expect to see which of the following information: the required cell thickness, both design condition including corrosion allowance and the hydrostatic test conditions, the nominal thickness used, the material specification and allowable stresses, all of the above. All of the above. Opening the tank cells larger than required accommodate a 2-inch standard weight coupling that can be reinforced. Fan type, pontoon type, and double deck type are examples of both an internal and external roofs. For a PA 650 calculation of cell thickness by 1 foot method cannot be used for tanks over 200 foot diameter. In-hole leaks of porosity in tank bottom joints may be repaired by applying additional weld bead over area. Piping connections such as nozzles shall be inspected for structure adequacy, thickness of the component, reinforcement. Plate material thicker than 1.5 inches shall be normalized. Or quench tempered killed made to grain practice and impact tested. Plates found to be thinner than those in the course above it are not allowed. Procedure qualification of welding on a tank of unknown or obsolete material shall be done using the coupon of actual material from the tank. The procedure requirement for ultrasonic examination of welds shall be performed in a written procedure and proven to satisfaction of inspector. No need to approve by S&T. Pure hydrocarbon fluids are usually not corrosive. Radiographic acceptance standard are found in ASME section 8 para UV UW 51 ASME section Reinforcement pads shall be tested by applying pressure between the tank cell and reinforcement plate using telltale hole. How much pressure is used to perform this inspection? 15 psi is pneumatic pressure. Repairs of cracks in the cell to bottom are performed on individual basis according to external extent of damage. Resistivity of surrounding soil may be used to determine the probability of corrosion on tank bottom. Which of the following resistivity range is considered to be very corrosive? Less than 500. Rewelding vertical joints require cutting horizontal belts back from joint to a minimum of 12 inches. Flame arresters are to be inspected at intervals determined by uh, experience local jurisdiction. Routine visual inspection by owner operator person. Routine visual inspection by owner operator personnel shall be done at least monthly. With a vertical sweep board 36 inches long, bending on the reconstruction tanks shall not exceed 1 inch. Scheduled external inspection shall be performed at least a lesser of every 10 years or half corrosion rate of the cell life. Seal materials shall be placed between the outer periphery of the roof and the tank cell, around columns, ladders, and gauze pipes that penetrate the deck. The seal should be flexible, shall be flexible, all of the above. Cell penetration experiencing corrosion must be assessed and tank is re-rated. Repair procedures established. Small punctures in the floating roof system shall be repaired, shall be replaced. Either B or C above. Tank welds shall be made using the procedure qualified in accordance with ASME Section 9. A groove or fillet weld. Tank grounding shunts shall be inspected visually. Tank reconstruction in accordance with API 650 shall be identified with corrosion resistance material nameplate with letters not less than 5 by 32 high. Test for leaks in reinforcing plates welds require 15 psig. Already we had seen. The critical zone for tank bottom repairs within the annular plate ring, within inches of the shell or within inches of inside edge of the annular plate ring is 12 inches, 12 inches. The L in the actual thickness. Determination for each cell course applies even if corroded area is greater than L. The 6G position for welding is a qualification position. The API 653 standard covers the maintenance, inspection, repairs, alteration, relocation, and reconstruction of tanks constructed to which of the following standard. API 650. The assessment period for inspection of tank bottom integrity is less than or equal to appropriate internal inspection interval given in API 653. The complete or partial removal of replacement of more than 12 inches of vertical weld joint cell plate is considered a major repair. The definition of confined space is large enough to enter, restricted means of entry, not designed for continuous occupancy, all of the above. For the determining factor for intervals between internal and external inspections. Tank service history provides earlier inspection is not required by special regions. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll stop here.